as I told you, our horse driver and later truck driver moved to Wainfleet in Ontario for some reason or other, I don't know why. But in 1938 he sent us a letter, late in 38 he sent us a letter, and it was headed by Dear Boss. He still called my dad Boss. There's trouble brewing in Europe. Now this guy was a farmer in Wainfleet, no education or anything, but that's the way the letter read. There's trouble brewing in Europe and you should really get out. We just laughed when we got that because things were going so well. Like I said before, the Jewish community and us and everybody else was in the heyday, just like they were in the rest of Europe, in Germany, Hungary, everywhere. So we didn't think anything of it. But then he saw it from Canada, and he went to see a Jewish merchant in Welland, who was on the main street in Ladies' Wear. His name was Mr. Mitchell. And I distinctly remember his face when we came to Canada. But anyway, he had Mr. Mitchell write my boss a letter. We got the letter, and the letter was written in Jewish, not in Hebrew, but in Jewish.
In Yiddish.
In Yiddish. Mm-hmm. Mr. Mitchell, who came from Poland, and he was much more fluent in Yiddish than he was in English, so he wrote it in Yiddish. Mm-hmm. Well, we got the letter, and my father couldn't read it. So he took it to the rabbi, educated man. But he couldn't read it either because there was no such language in Czechoslovakia or Hungary as Yiddish. So by strangest coincidence, these things happen. We used to get beggars, if you want to call it that, Mishaluchim from Poland, that used to come through Hlohovec and other cities in Czechoslovakia, looking for money for their families in the yeshivas. And so many of them came to our place because we were the store in Hlohovec that we decided we had an office just to the right of the front door. And that office had a window in. So on that window we put a roll of dollars. In those days they were kronens. And as they came in, they didn't have to ask. They just took one and went on to the next place. One day, my dad was looking out for him, and a chassid with a big beard came in, took the dollar, and as he was leaving, my father said, "Come into the office, please." So he came into the office, and my dad handed him the letter and said, "Read this to me, translate this for me." And sure enough, he did. He had no problem. That was his mother language. And again, the letter said, "Get out of Czechoslovakia because there's going to be trouble brewing." And that was it. We wrote back to Frank. His name was Ferko. And at that time, nothing happened.